Social Studies. Welcome to another week of current events and announcements. I have to apologize right away that this week is COVID heavy because I don't know if you've noticed, but it's kind of still here. So off we go. First, on the COVID tip, there is a war of tracing apps where in Alberta and BC, we can't use the federal tracing app for reasons. So last week on Friday, Justin Trudeau basically said, "Hey, download it because it's working and yours aren't, and keep pressuring your governments to do it." Now, why won't they do it? It's because they've invested a lot in our apps. Our apps are technically a little better, but they don't work on iPhones. Doesn't matter what you hear, they don't, and people have them. I mean, only basic people because I have an Android because I'm cool. But anyway, they don't work on iPhones, and not a lot of people have had them or have downloaded it rather. In fact, only 19 cases have been traced using our Alberta COVID app. So that's not good. So yeah, hopefully we can get access to the federal one soon because it worked. Speaking of Alberta, we are probably staring down the barrel of more restrictions. Maybe by the time you're watching this, it's already happened because we set records last week on how many daily cases and how many deaths we've had this month. Is not a good look. So we'll see if things get restricted even more or if we just, I don't know, shrug. You're safe at home. You're fine. Unless you're not, then good luck. Overall in Canada, again, more COVID stuff. I'm sorry. I like to sprinkle in other things, but it's kind of all the rage these days. Vaccine talk. Who's going to get it and when? Canada has said that they think most of the population will be vaccinated by the end of next year. Sounds like a long way away because it is, but Alberta will probably receive about 650-ish thousand in its first batch, probably in the new year. So then the question is, so we get that amount because it's per capita, so bigger provinces get more, smaller get less. Who should get it first? We go down the list if it's like doctors, well, old people first because they die, so let's save people. And then doctors and nurses, I don't know, teachers, especially ones in their basement. And then I don't know, maybe babies, maybe baby Yodas, maybe, I don't know, plants. And then teenagers. Teenagers should be like at the bottom of the list because what do we need teenagers for? Except to like, I don't know, yell at to stay off my lawn. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to start rolling out, and who knows who's going to get it. It's a huge feat of supply chain that we'll have to work through, so we'll see what's up. In America, Trump continues to lose his appeals, saying he won the election because he didn't. In fact, he has now lost 30 court cases and he's won one, so that's not going good for him. And here's a picture of his lawyer at a press conference. If you're wondering what that is on the side of his head, that's hair dye because he did it himself, and he started getting really sweaty. And yeah, hire makeup kids or hire makeup people, kids, because it'll save you embarrassment on national TV. Speaking of embarrassment, our last story of the week. In the world, in Australia, they are ending a lockdown early because it turns out this guy who said he went to order a pizza and then he got COVID, and everyone freaked out and they're like, "Wait, how could you get COVID so quickly? This is dangerous. We need to like lock the city down." So they locked an entire province down because they thought, they're dealing with an infectious spread. Turns out, no, he wasn't ordering a pizza and picking it up. He was working there and he lied. So yeah, just like here, don't lie about that stuff because it has ramifications. They're now looking at prosecuting him and making him pay some, I don't know, with his life. I don't know. That's it. So that's it for current events, and here are your announcements. All right, social tens. Well, first off, before I start, I should probably show these. And this one. Because those were some of the memes that I got instead of position papers, which is fine by me. Thank you for those of you who just said hi or this is blank. Very creative, top notch. So yeah, this week is relatively straightforward. It's just like, hey, read some stuff, watch a thing, answer questions. It's a great opportunity to boost your marks because marking will basically be like, did they do the thing? So yeah, do the thing. The thing is, about globalization, surprise, but also about a term called outsourcing. Now, maybe you've heard it before, maybe you already know what it is, and if that's your jam, cool. But outsourcing is just the idea that instead of paying people in your own country some money to make a thing, what if you moved some of those pieces out of the country because you can pay those people less? So, call centers are often outsourced, manufacturing is outsourced. So you'd have a Canadian company like TELUS, for example, is an Albertan company, but their call centers are located elsewhere because they can pay people a lot less and get relatively the same performance. So outsourcing is a huge part of globalization. Proponents of it say it's good for you, the consumer, because you pay less because the company is paying less to employees. Critics of it would say it's bad because not only are you, Albertan, not getting a job because they're shipping it away, but they're also driving down the cost of labor globally and just searching on like who they can pay the least amount to, which is not good for our society, they would say. So that's a thing to keep in mind. Again, relatively straightforward week. Hopefully, recouping from all the writing you've done lately. And yeah, I'll see you next week.